So we actually had a walking team in the Tillman. We've had it for a couple of years. And we met a young lady, she just kind of fell in with the team. They were walking. And she had her battle completely by herself. She was told time after time after time that she did the entire battle herself. And it made me think, I don't know if you've seen our tagline, you will never fight breast cancer alone. That's where it came from. We always want someone to be here for. You know, the way I describe it is, we call the fire department because you got the pot on the stove and it's smoking, and you have hope that someone's going to stay there, come there, and mitigate that situation for you. Same thing with the breast cancer. We want everybody to know that there's hope. There's someone in the corner that's going to help. One of our biggest successes, and what I keep to heart is, let's say you come out to an event, you're going to volunteer, you're going to help someone merchandise and get the information out in people's hands at October. I've always said I have two rules: smile and have fun. And if you meet a survivor, they become everything. We celebrate survivorship. And the way I put that is, if the President of the United States is handing me a check for $15 million and a survivor is identified, excuse me, Mr. President, they become our number one killers. Because they fought for themselves. They saved their life, with the help of the doctors. And the reason that was so important, it took me a couple years to understand, is we were at a health fair, and it never fails. We're getting ready to pack up, and the last person to walk up to the tent is, oh, I'm fighting, or I'm a survivor, or what have you. Well, this young lady walked up, and she says, I'm a survivor. How long? Good for you. How long? 15 years ago. Good for you. We ran around the table, we gave her hugs, we pumped her up, we celebrated her. She stopped, she said, you're the first person in 15 years to ever do that. And it hit me like a fire truck. That's why we have that. It may be just someone passing down the street, but it could be your grandmother, it could be your aunt, it could be your sister, your uncle, then get breast cancer. So those are successes for us. And Road Resources also helps those people as well. We found that, your doctor says, okay, you're done, you're in remission, have a nice life. Now what? Well, there's organizations that want to get together and pamper. There's an organization that will actually teach you fly fishing. We had a survivor that got into casting for recovery. She was a lady that always had her nails done, had her hair done, and those types of things. We thought, this is not a fish. This doesn't seem right. She actually had so much fun learning to fly fish that she went out and bought all the gear. She'll go down the road, she'll see the stream, she'll park her car, and she'll actually start flying fishing. Think about that. You're celebrating life. Those types of things. There's some small college scholarships to help with scholarships for kids, if you have kids. All kinds of vacations. There's a vacation home up and down the East Coast, the Carolinas. It may cost $25,000 a week just to rent the house. There's an organization that gets the house donated for free. You just need to get there and enjoy it with your family. Think of an inner city kid, DC, Philadelphia, that may have never experienced that. So we take that tragedy, breast cancer, and turn it into something positive. That's true.
What organizations, obviously we talked about Sushi Komen. I know, the NFL makes a big deal about, I see a lot of pink on the football fields on Sundays. Where are we from on a national landscape, whether it's public, private, sort of overall initiative on building awareness right now? Are there any other organizations that you've seen that have sort of taken a leadership position on sort of the national scale?
Yeah, I'm going to give it to Shannon here for a second.
Or any organizations you guys sort of
So you're going to hear a lot of different things. Things change. Like, probably heard mammograms at 40, then they wanted to change it to 50. So there's a little bit of controversy. This organization may step up and change something, and this organization may change it back. Or, again, you're a little bit in my wheelhouse on that one. Yeah.
So on a national landscape, so the NFL does a nice job of supporting, showing their support.
Showing your support.
Before I really answer your question, I just wanted to, I want to make a distinction between raising awareness and showing support.
Okay.
And this is my opinion. Okay, so there's nothing wrong with it. It's just my opinion. So people, when they're wearing pink, how many of you do Facebook? Okay, how many of you seen where I showed my boobs to get out of the speeding ticket, or that little game you play and people like it, and then you send a message and it says, haha, now you gotta post it on your timeline. That is supposed to be raising awareness about breast cancer, all those little Facebook games, and it really doesn't. All those things, there's raising awareness and then there's showing support. In my opinion, folks like the NFL wearing pink, having the ribbon, what they're doing is they're really showing their support, because pink alone doesn't really raise awareness. People wear pink all the time. Sometimes pink reminds you of breast cancer, but is it really making you aware of breast cancer? And what does that even mean? Before Marshall mentioned it, how many of you knew that men get breast cancer? Okay. How many of you know that there are over 200 types of breast cancer? Okay. So looking at the color pink or looking at a pink ribbon doesn't make you aware of those things. How many of you know that stage 4 metastatic breast cancer is terminal? There is no cure. There's no, at least not right now. Okay. And how many of you know that's what it means to have stage 4 metastatic breast cancer? It means that the breast cancer cells from your breast have traveled to other parts of your body, like your lungs or your brain or your liver. Okay, so looking at Lucy's pink shirt doesn't make you aware of any of those things, right? But it does show you that she's in support of those who are fighting and surviving breast cancer and Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and that's great. So I think it's important, I'd like to see it happen, that people make a distinction between raising awareness and showing their support. Both are important. The NFL does a great job, I think, of showing their support for men and women who are fighting breast cancer. They also do a very good job about raising money for funds, and some of the NFL football players are doing a fantastic job of doing that, providing funds directly to women who need mammograms. Ford Warriors in Pink, they have a huge breast cancer initiative where they're providing support to men and women who are fighting and surviving breast cancer. On a national level, those really are the only two that stand out. I think Ford does an excellent job. Do you?
You know, a lot of it is about branding. And part of the problem with corporate America, although I love them deeply, is that you can buy a pink blender. But what does that mean? You know, they may say that, 10 cents of every blender sold is going to go to breast cancer research. But if you really try and research where that money is going, it's really not. It's going for the advertising that sets that up. So again, as Shannon said so eloquently, it's really about who you're supporting and what you're doing. Are you just saying, yes, I'm in support of these individuals, of the warriors, we like to call them, and survivors of breast cancer, or am I really doing something that's going to cause a change in someone's life? Change the character of what they're going through, make it better. That's the distinction between what Marshall does and what we do at 4-3 Sisters, and just the wearing of those great pink socks on the NFL sideline.
No, it's a fascinating distinction. I had not made it to Shannon, because it's not something that I really thought about. It's a subtle but important one that really is very distinctive about it.
You're welcome.
And a lot of that, again, I mean, it comes back to education. I mean, it's, if you pick up that product in the store and it's got the ribbon on it and it says, X number of dollars or whatever goes to breast cancer research, you need to educate yourself and look at the fine line. A lot of those products, not that we're putting them down because they are getting involved, but they may say that, up to $100,000. And people say, oh, I bought it last week, I'm going to keep buying it, So these things, educating yourself, like brands, it may take some internet work to get in there and say, is this where my money's going? Is it really going someplace where it's helping people? And again, we didn't want to reinvent the wheel. There's millions, billions of dollars being raised for research because there's a need for that. We just tried to find a hub. We saw these holes and these gaps at a level that we're trying to fix.
Any other questions? Marshall, or
Portugal.
So,
So the biggest thing, I'll say this isn't me, believe it or not. I was the guy that shied away from the camera and didn't want to be out in the front. I still do to some degree. But the biggest thing is get involved. I could have sat on the couch and been miserable the rest of my life. But someone out of those 2,500 people inspired me to say, I'm going to do something. Whether it's just tell my story, and then led to something else, and something else. And even if it's not breast cancer, obviously we want y'all to be involved with breast cancer. But if there's a cause near and dear to your heart, get involved. Do something.
More than just show support, right? Exactly.
If you have a few minutes just before we close,
Yes.
would it be okay to do an activity?
Absolutely.
Okay.
She's a really good lady. Should we want
That
to
is-
organize?
that's up to
good.
you.
So, you guys are up for it? We want invite Shannon up here.
Okay, so everybody has to be involved. This activity, it's important even though breast cancer awareness this month is this month, breast cancer awareness is important every month. I want to do this activity with you because I want to talk to you about risk. I'm going to ask you these questions, 2 questions. I want you to think about it in your head. Don't raise your hand. Don't give me your answer. Just think about it. I'm going to ask you the same questions at the end. All right? So how many of you right now are doing a self-breast exam at least once a month? By self-breast exam, I mean you're in the shower, doing your thing, you're with your partner, doing your food, it doesn't matter how you're doing it, just that you're doing it. And then you can honestly say, I know what's normal for me. And this is for men and women. Okay. Actually, I'm just going to leave it at that question. All right, so here's the activity. I am going to make a series of statements, and I want you to do a series of actions. If there's a question that you don't feel comfortable displaying the action, then don't. Okay? First question, if you are female, biologically female, or transgender female, stand up. All right, if you are biologically male or transgender male, stand up. If you have a history of cancer, you yourself have a history of cancer, put one hand on your head. If you have a family history of breast cancer, put one hand on your head or put your other hand on your head. If you are African American, put your hand on your head, or if you run out of hands, come stand over the front. If you are of Ashkenazi Jewish descent, so that doesn't necessarily mean that you're Jewish by faith, by religion, but that your ancestry has Ashkenazi Jewish descent. Put your hand on your head or come to the front. So right now, if you've never breastfed in your life, put your hand on your head. If you've run out of hands, come to the front. Okay, so right now, everybody sorry.
I had to think about it for a second. There have been attempts. Just unsuccessfully.
Okay, so right now, you're considered to be at risk. Okay, so anybody who is standing up with hands in their head, at least one hand on their head, is at risk for breast cancer. If you're standing and you have 2 hands on your head, you are at average risk for breast cancer, meaning that you have more of a chance of getting breast cancer than, say, somebody who is just standing without hands on their head or standing with just one. Those are some of the risk factors that are proven in the medical research to be contributors to breast cancer. Now, if you are taking birth control, you drink alcohol, or you work shift work, put a hand on your head or